Lemon water is a popular beverage that many people consider healthy, but using it incorrectly can be a serious threat to your health. In this video, we'll cover 10 fatal mistakes associated with drinking lemon water that can lead to serious illness and even death. These mistakes can cause cancer, heart attack, kidney failure, and serious liver and gastrointestinal problems. Watch the video to the end to learn how to protect yourself and your loved ones from these dangerous consequences. This video will be extremely informative and helpful. So, if you want to become a master of your health, click like, and let's get started. Mistake 10. Mixing with sugar or artificial sweeteners can cause obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease are exactly the dangerous consequences of regularly adding sugar or artificial sweeteners to lemon water. When you add sugar, not only do you destroy all of the lemon's health benefits, but you also increase the caloric content of the drink, which leads to higher blood sugar levels and additional stress on the cardiovascular system. This is especially dangerous for those who are already at risk of developing type 2 diabetes. According to the World Health Organization, more than 420 million people in the world today suffer from diabetes, and the annual death rate associated with the disease reaches 1.6 million. The problem is particularly acute in the US, where 1 in 3 adults shows signs of pre-diabetes. If you're adding sugar to lemon water every day, you're unwittingly accelerating the development of these dreaded diseases, especially if it becomes part of your regular diet, such as in drinks like lemonade, smoothies, or lemon teas. A study conducted by the Harvard School of Public Health found that consuming artificial sweeteners and excess sugar increases your risk of developing cardiovascular disease by 30%. Researchers found that regular sugar consumption, even in insignificant amounts, leads to long-term changes in the body, causing inflammation and disrupting normal glucose metabolism. As a result, those who consumed beverages with sugar or sweeteners faced a higher risk of strokes and heart attacks than those who avoided such additives. One tragic example was the story of Jessica Reeves, a 49-year-old woman from Texas. Jessica, who had been adding sugar to her morning lemon water for years, had no idea that her habit would lead to serious health problems. Over time, she began to gain weight, and soon she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Eventually, her cardiovascular system couldn't take the strain, and Jessica suffered a heart attack. She was hospitalized at Houston Methodist Hospital, where doctors pointed to her regular consumption of sweetened beverages as one of the factors that led to her condition. To avoid this kind of mistake, you need to completely eliminate adding sugar or artificial sweeteners to your lemon water. Instead, focus on the natural flavor of lemon, which is already rich in vitamins and antioxidants on its own. If you need a sweeter flavor, you can use natural and safe alternatives such as stevia in minimal amounts, or add a few berries, which will give the drink a nice sourness without any harmful health effects. Mistake 9. Ignoring water quality can cause poisoning, kidney problems, and cancer. Using untreated or chlorinated water to make lemon water is a serious threat to your health. Chlorine, often used to disinfect water, can react chemically with organic matter to form byproducts such as trihalomethanes and other carcinogens. These substances accumulate in the body over time, increasing the risk of kidney disease, liver disease, and the development of cancer. According to the World Health Organization, about 2 billion people in the world drink contaminated water, resulting in 485,000 deaths each year from drinking-related diseases. This is especially dangerous for people who prepare daily drinks based on poor quality water, such as lemon water, tea, or soups that use raw tap water without prior filtration. According to a study conducted by the American Cancer Society, long-term exposure to chlorinated compounds in drinking water is associated with an increased risk of bladder cancer. Researchers found that people who consumed chlorinated water for more than 20 years were 25% more likely to develop this type of cancer. In particular, drinking water saturated with trihalomethanes can disrupt cellular function and lead to mutations, making regular use of such water extremely dangerous to health. The tragic story of Mark Hendrickson of California, a 54-year-old San Diego resident, serves as a prime example of the consequences of ignoring water quality. Mark drank lemon water daily, using unfiltered tap water, believing that lemon would neutralize any impurities. A few years later, he began to develop kidney problems, and later doctors diagnosed bladder cancer. After diagnosis at UC San Diego Health, it turned out that one of the causes was regular intoxication with chlorinated compounds found in water that Mark thought was safe. To avoid this dangerous mistake, use only filtered or purified water to make lemon water. Modern filters effectively remove chlorine and other harmful compounds, making the water safe for daily consumption. If you don't have a filter, you can use bottled water, which undergoes rigorous quality testing. This simple change in your habits will help protect your body from toxin buildup and prevent the development of dangerous water quality-related diseases. Mistake 8. Not eating a varied diet can cause avitaminosis, anemia, and a weakened immune system. When a person focuses solely on lemon water while ignoring other healthy beverages and food sources, it can lead to dangerous health consequences, including avitaminosis, anemia, and a weakened immune system. Lemon water, although a rich source of vitamin C, cannot provide the body with all the essential nutrients such as B vitamins, vitamin D, iron, and calcium. Over time, such a monotonous diet weakens the body, making it more vulnerable to infections, fatigue, and cognitive decline. According to the World Health Organization, iron deficiency is one of the most common problems in the world, affecting about 1.6 billion people, representing 24% of the world's population. It is especially evident among those who neglect dietary diversity, including an overindulgence in lemon water, substituting it for more nutritious drinks and foods such as dairy products, herbal teas, or protein-rich smoothies. A study conducted by the National Institutes of Health confirmed that long-term denial of variety in the diet can lead to serious nutrient deficiencies. The study emphasizes that consuming one food in excessive amounts can lead to an imbalance of vitamins and minerals, especially if alternative sources of nutrients are not available. Study participants who focused on one type of drink or food for long periods of time were more prone to lower energy levels, anemia, and increased fatigue. Experts warn that regular consumption of lemon water alone can cause these problems if other sources of vitamins and micronutrients are ignored. A living example of this is the story of Lindsay Miller, a 38-year-old woman from Colorado. Lindsay, inspired by popular articles and videos about the benefits of lemon water, replaced all other drinks with lemon water for several months, expecting to improve her health. However, after a few months, she began experiencing severe headaches, weakness, and hair loss. After an examination at UC Health University of Colorado Hospital, doctors diagnosed Lindsay with iron deficiency anemia and general avitaminosis, which was associated with insufficient intake of important nutrients. Doctors noted that this result was directly related to excessive consumption of lemon water without variety in the diet. To avoid this dangerous mistake, it is crucial not to limit yourself to one drink, no matter how beneficial it may seem. Lemon water can and should be included in the diet, but it is important to alternate it with other nutrient-rich drinks such as natural juices, mineral water, herbal teas, or smoothies made from fresh fruits and vegetables. This will provide your body with all the vitamins and minerals it needs, keeping your health high and preventing nutrient deficiencies. Mistake 7. Unreasonable expectations can cause obesity, digestive problems, and depression. Many people believe that lemon water is a miracle cure for weight loss or detoxifying the body. However, this dangerous misconception can lead to serious consequences. The expectation that just adding lemon water to the diet can help get rid of extra pounds without changing one's lifestyle often ends in complete disappointment. If a person continues to eat incorrectly and does not engage in physical activity, the use of lemon water will not bring the expected results. This can cause weight gain, digestive problems, and even depression, especially when a person realizes that their efforts have been in vain. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 42% of American adults are obese, and many of them are looking for quick fixes to lose weight, such as popular detox programs or lemon water diets. However, statistics show that only a comprehensive approach with changes in diet and physical activity levels can lead to positive results. A study conducted by the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health emphasizes that short-term diets or consumption of single foods like lemon water cannot lead to long-term weight loss. Researchers have found that detoxification programs and fast diets have only a temporary effect, and after returning to a normal diet, most people gain back the lost pounds, sometimes even in excess. Experts warn that expecting a miraculous effect from lemon water without other changes can cause psychological damage, causing people to become depressed and disappointed in their abilities. Such a case happened to Julia Peterson, a 32-year-old Florida resident. Julia, inspired by numerous online tips about the benefits of lemon water for weight loss, began to drink this drink every day without changing her diet or exercising. After a few months, not only did she not lose weight, but she gained additional pounds. This led to the deterioration of her emotional state, and she sought help at Miami-Dade Medical Center, where doctors diagnosed her with a depressive disorder against the background of unsuccessful attempts to lose weight. To avoid this mistake, it is necessary to realize that lemon water can only be an addition to a healthy lifestyle, but not its replacement. It is good for the body thanks to vitamin C and antioxidants, but its effect is effective only in combination with a proper diet and regular exercise. Instead of putting too much hope in lemon water, you should change your attitude to health and use it as part of a balanced diet and active lifestyle. Mistake 6. Drinking on an empty stomach can cause gastritis, stomach ulcers, and chronic heartburn. Drinking lemon water on an empty stomach, especially right after waking up, can be dangerous for people with sensitive stomachs. The citric acid present in the drink irritates the gastric mucosa, which in the long run can lead to heartburn, gastritis, or even stomach ulcers. This is especially dangerous for those who already have a predisposition to gastrointestinal diseases. Lemon, despite all its beneficial properties, can cause excessive secretion of gastric juice, which destroys the mucous membrane. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 20% of the world's population suffers from gastroesophageal reflux disease, which is accompanied by chronic heartburn. About 3 million people die each year due to complications related to gastric disease, such as ulcers or bleeding. Lemon water on an empty stomach can also cause an increase in gastritis pain, especially if it is regularly included in the morning diet. A study conducted by the National Institutes of Health found that regular consumption of acidic beverages on an empty stomach increases the risk of developing gastritis by 40%. The study involved people with different degrees of stomach acidity, and it was found that those who regularly drank acidic drinks without food had a significantly increased risk of damage to the gastric mucosa. The scientists emphasized the importance of avoiding excessive consumption of acidic foods on an empty stomach, especially for people with pre-existing GI problems. The example of Sarah Wilkinson, a 45-year-old Arizona resident, is a clear confirmation of these findings. Following advice from the internet, Sarah began drinking lemon water daily immediately upon waking up in hopes of improving her health. However, after 3 months, she began to notice constant heartburn and sharp stomach pain. After an examination at the Mayo Clinic, Sarah was diagnosed with gastritis caused by excessive consumption of acidic drinks on an empty stomach. Doctors urged her to stop this practice immediately to avoid further complications. To avoid this mistake, you should never drink lemon water on an empty stomach. It is best to consume it during a meal or after, when the stomach is already full and the acidity of the drink will be neutralized by other foods. If you still want to start your morning with lemon water, add some honey to it or drink a glass of warm water before to prepare your stomach. This will help reduce acidity levels and prevent irritation of the mucous membranes. Mistake 5. Ignoring individual reactions may cause allergic reactions, skin rashes, and digestive disorders. Ignoring individual body characteristics when drinking lemon water can cause serious problems such as allergic reactions, skin rashes, and digestive disorders. Lemons, although considered healthy, can cause allergies in people who are sensitive to citrus fruits. Allergy symptoms can range from mild, such as itching and reddening of the skin, to more serious manifestations, including throat swelling and respiratory distress. These reactions are most common in those who are unaware of their citrus intolerance and consume lemon water on a daily basis. According to the American Academy of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, about 4% of U.S. adults suffer from food allergies, and about 2% of them are sensitive to citrus fruits. Skin rashes, irritation, and digestive disorders such as abdominal pain and diarrhea can occur as a reaction to an overabundance of acid in the body. It's especially dangerous to ignore such symptoms in beverages like lemon smoothies, lemonade, or juices with lemon, which can become part of your daily diet. A study conducted by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that food allergies to citrus fruits often lead to serious anaphylactic reactions. Researchers concluded that even small doses of lemon can cause significant problems in sensitive people, especially if the lemon is consumed on an empty stomach or in concentrated forms. Allergic reactions can range from mild to life-threatening, and doctors recommend that people with suspected allergies avoid drinking lemon water without first consulting a doctor. An example of these effects is the story of John Rivers, a 37-year-old New Yorker who started drinking lemon water every morning following advice to improve digestion. After a few weeks, John began to notice skin rashes and complaints of an upset stomach. One morning, his lips and tongue began to swell severely, and he was immediately hospitalized at Mount Sinai Hospital, where doctors diagnosed an anaphylactic reaction to citrus fruits. It turned out that John had a hidden allergy that he had ignored despite early symptoms. To avoid such problems, you should pay attention to any strange reactions of the body to lemon water. If allergy symptoms appear, itching, rashes, digestive upset, stop using it immediately and consult a doctor. People with known citrus sensitivities should completely eliminate lemon water from their diet or replace it with alternatives such as cucumber or mint water, which do not cause allergies and such strong acid reactions. Mistake 4. Lack of dilution can cause inflammation of the esophagus, gastritis, and stomach ulcers. Consuming concentrated lemon water that is not diluted with water can cause serious damage to your digestive tract. The citric acid found in lemons is an aggressive substance for the mucous membranes of the esophagus and stomach. When you drink lemon juice undiluted, the acid can cause severe irritation, which subsequently leads to inflammation, gastritis, and even ulcers. This is especially dangerous for those who already have a predisposition to gastrointestinal diseases. Every year, more than 3 million people in the world die from diseases related to the gastrointestinal tract, and about 20% of the population suffer from gastritis. Lemon water without proper dilution can aggravate the condition of the mucous membrane and lead to serious inflammatory processes. This is common in beverages such as concentrated lemonades, cocktails with large amounts of lemon juice, or detox programs that use lemon in high concentrations. A study conducted by the National Institutes of Health proved that regular consumption of sour drinks in concentrated form increases the risk of developing inflammatory diseases of the esophagus and stomach. The experiment found that people who consumed concentrated lemon juice without water were more likely to experience abdominal pain, heartburn, and other symptoms of gastritis. The scientists concluded that diluting lemon juice with water reduces the concentration of acid and protects the gastric mucosa from being destroyed. An example of this problem is the story of Michael Longman, a 41-year-old Georgia resident. Following a popular detox program, Michael started drinking concentrated lemon juice every morning, believing that this would speed up the weight loss process. However, after a month, he experienced severe abdominal pain and heartburn. After an examination at Emory University Hospital, Michael was diagnosed with acute gastritis caused by excessive consumption of acidic drinks in undiluted form. Doctors urged him to stop drinking concentrated lemon water and switch to milder beverages. To avoid this mistake, always dilute lemon juice with water in a proportion that reduces its acidity. It is recommended that you use at least 250 milliliters of water per lemon juice to protect your esophagus and stomach from the corrosive acids. If you want to enhance the flavor or add more benefits, you can add mint or cucumber. This approach will preserve all the beneficial properties of lemon without harming your health. Mistake 3. Overconsumption can cause heartburn, tooth enamel destruction, and tooth decay. Excessive consumption of lemon water can seriously harm your body, especially when it comes to digestion and dental health. The citric acid present in lemons is highly acidic, which in frequent contact with the esophagus causes heartburn and irritation of the mucous membranes. This is especially dangerous for people suffering from gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, in which acid from the stomach gets back into the esophagus, increasing unpleasant symptoms. In addition, frequent consumption of lemon water in large quantities erodes tooth enamel. This can lead to increased tooth sensitivity, micro cracks, and eventually tooth decay. According to the World Health Organization, more than 3.5 billion people in the world suffer from oral health problems, and most of these problems are related to tooth decay. Lemon water in excessive amounts is one of the contributing factors to poor dental health, especially if it is consumed regularly as a base for drinks such as lemonade or detox smoothies. A study conducted by the American Dental Association found that regular exposure to acidic beverages like lemon water erodes tooth enamel structure, making teeth more vulnerable to cavities and other dental diseases. Researchers found that people who drank more than 2 glasses of lemon water a day experienced significantly more dental problems than those who drank it in moderation. The researchers' recommendation is to limit consumption of acidic beverages and always rinse your mouth with water after drinking them. The story of Jessica Hale from California, a 29-year-old woman, is a living example of the consequences of drinking too much lemon water. Jessica started drinking up to 5 glasses of lemon water a day, hoping to improve her metabolism and cleanse her body. After a few months, she began to notice severe tooth sensitivity and frequent heartburn. When she went to the UCSF dental clinic, the doctors found significant tooth enamel destruction and recommended that she immediately reduce her intake of acidic beverages. Jessica required comprehensive treatment to restore her dental and gastric health. To avoid this mistake, it's important to practice moderation. Lemon water is beneficial if consumed in reasonable quantities, no more than 1 or 2 glasses a day. After drinking it, it is recommended to rinse your mouth with clean water to reduce acidity in the mouth and protect tooth enamel. You can also drink lemon water through a straw to minimize contact with your teeth. Following these simple steps will help you enjoy the benefits of lemon water without jeopardizing the health of your teeth and digestive system. Mistake 2. Consumption with medications can cause decreased effectiveness of medications, impaired digestion, and side effects. Taking lemon water at the same time as medications can become a dangerous habit, especially if they are antacids or other medications that affect the acidity level in the stomach. Lemon water, being highly acidic, can interact with medications and reduce their effectiveness, causing unwanted side effects. For example, antacids taken to reduce acidity can lose their potency if taken with lemon water, and this can lead to increased symptoms of heartburn and gastritis. Also, some drugs, such as antibiotics or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, can react chemically with citric acid, which irritates the stomach and reduces their effectiveness. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 48% of U.S. adults regularly take prescription medications, and combining these drugs with acidic beverages can aggravate their condition or cause additional health problems. A study conducted by the National Institutes of Health found that taking medications along with lemon water can alter their absorption in the body. Researchers found that medications designed to reduce gastric acidity lost 30% of their effectiveness when they interacted with citric acid. This causes the stomach to continue producing more acid than necessary, which can worsen the course of diseases such as gastritis and reflux. Scientists strongly recommend avoiding taking medications at the same time as acidic drinks, such as lemon water. An example of such a mistake is the case of Sarah Jenkins, a 55-year-old woman from Florida. Sarah suffered from chronic heartburn and was taking antacids to relieve her symptoms. However, being committed to a healthy lifestyle, she started drinking lemon water daily to cleanse her body. After a few weeks, her condition worsened. The heartburn worsened and the medication stopped working. As a result, Sarah was hospitalized at the Mayo Clinic, where doctors discovered that the lemon water, taken at the same time as antacids, reduced the effectiveness of her treatment, causing her symptoms to worsen. To avoid this dangerous mistake, it is crucial to separate the intake of medication and lemon water in time. You should not take acidic drinks immediately after or before taking medications, especially those that affect stomach acidity. It is better to wait at least 1 to 2 hours after taking the medication before drinking lemon water. If you are unsure about the compatibility of lemon water with your medication, consult your doctor or pharmacist. This simple approach will help protect your health and avoid unwanted consequences. Finally, the most important item on our list. Mistake 1. Poor hygiene can cause food poisoning, infections, and gastrointestinal disorders. Not washing lemons before use is a critical mistake that can cost you your health. The surface of lemons can contain dangerous bacteria such as Salmonella or E. coli, as well as pesticides that are used in agriculture to protect the fruit from pests. If you add lemon to water without rinsing it thoroughly, the bacteria and chemicals enter your body, which can lead to serious food poisoning, infections, and gastrointestinal problems. According to the World Health Organization, more than 600 million cases of food poisoning occur worldwide each year, and 420,000 people die each year from illnesses related to contaminated food and drink. Poor hygiene when preparing lemon water can cause these serious illnesses, especially if the lemons have not been thoroughly washed or used in juices, lemonades, and smoothies. A study conducted by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that unwashed fruits and vegetables are one of the leading causes of food poisoning in the United States. The study found that more than 20% of all cases of foodborne illness are linked to the consumption of foods containing pathogens on their surface. Scientists emphasize the importance of careful hygiene of fruits, especially those that are consumed with the peel or added to drinks without heat treatment. Rinsing lemons before use helps reduce the risk of poisoning and protects the body from pesticide exposure. An example of this risk is the case of Tom Henderson, a 43-year-old Texas resident. Tom added a lemon slice to his morning glass of water every day, without thinking about the fact that lemons are not always washed in stores. A few weeks later, he experienced severe abdominal pain and nausea. After being hospitalized at Houston Methodist Hospital, Tom was diagnosed with food poisoning caused by bacteria from the surface of the lemon. Doctors discovered that the bacteria had entered his system through unwashed fruit, leading to a serious stomach upset. To avoid this mistake, it is important to always wash lemons thoroughly before using them. Even if you don't plan on eating the peel, bacteria and chemicals can easily transfer to the drink when they come in contact with water. Rinse lemons under warm running water and, if necessary, use a brush to clean dirt and pesticides from the rind. This simple action will help protect you from pathogenic bacteria and make lemon water safe to drink. I look forward to your likes and comments.